Salio, I want to give my take about the unnecessary saga between Very Dark Man, bigbirdkuti, and Omoyelesowore. Now, what do I have to say about this? To start with, let me speak about Kuti. Among the three, is the one I know so much. Like when I say I know so much, in terms of what he put on social media, I know the fact that I represent Africanist ideology, and that is one thing I appreciate so much about him. I adore him for that reason. Like, is it too much to say that? Maybe, but I like him so much for that reason. And when you listen to him talk, you appreciate his kind of personality because of his passion for an African culture and him being a core Africanist. So that was the main reason why I so much like him. To talk about Omoyole Sore is the type I've seen from afar to stand for justice, just like somebody who actually love to lend his voice to issues that he feels like it is not done properly, especially people who tend to oppress others. VDM is somebody I made a post not quite long, just a single post I've made about him so far because I've tried to understand him as well. The is also a kind of person who like to stand for oppressed people. Now, of course, these three people are almost the same thing in terms of their mentality. So them having issues is what I call unnecessary. So what my opinion is about the issue at first was just me thinking one of the two, which is Omoyole Sore and Very Dark, my even Big Bed, they are all fighting for their interest. What their interest is what I don't want to dive into. But if you look vividly into the issue, like Very Dark Man claimed, Omoyole Sore could have called Dark Man to express his mind. And like he said, truly, and he might have considered discontinuing the case. The old drama about Very Dark Man trying to say is, unmasking Tore was excessive and unnecessary as well. And Big Kuti, him picking his side because it was very obvious, you can tell from this perspective that Sora is a kind of guy who he actually been friends with. I could remember there was a time Big Bed had issues with the policeman. Sora stood by him. And if you check the friendship between Very Dark Man and Shion Kuti, they really respect themselves. If you see Shion Kuti talking about Dark Man, which is so unusual of Shion Kuti, Shion Kuti is always, expressing his mind, his opinion towards Very Dark Man in a very respectful manner. And I believe Very Dark Man also respects Shion Kuti as well. And in fact, I could remember there was a period Very Dark Man had issues. Shion Kuti said it in his one of his, posts about how he stood for Very Dark Man, and we all saw that. Shows that they have one way or the other been, you know, in each other's stories, histories. So for that reason, it is complicated, and I find it so needless for them to engage in such, buhaha between the three of them. Above all, this is just my conclusion towards this case. I feel like individuals should put aside their interest and fight for the right cause, which is fighting for justice for the common men out there. Because that is what is very more important than whatever interest they all have. So, and I plead to various followers as well to understand that their enemy is not one of these three. They have a common enemy they want to, fight against, and they should fight for that cause. Thank you.